In this video, we try and overtake all the Porsches and setup versus non-setup. Will my old setup actually work? Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video, and as you can see here we are in a very stacked lobby. We've got B Racing, we've got Hazzetti in here. My word, we've got the World Series finalists and champions all racing in different cars as well. Now if you do enjoy this video, make sure you do give it a like and do subscribe to the channel as we head towards turn 1. Any carnage in towards turn 1, that's the question. No, actually pretty clean in the grand scheme of it, but you should expect that from a top split lobby, especially one like this then. In terms of this video, what we're going to do is we're going to investigate whether setups are worthwhile doing at the moment. Now, we've just jumped on board the Italian there who sent it down the inside. I think they were making that, to be honest with you, in terms of the apex there. But the car was turning in front, so yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They have got into the barrier there, though, so they are losing out here. And they're in all sorts of problems. They've got Gallo on the right. They've got Hazzetti behind it. They're under all sorts of pressure from World Series finalists. And that pressure has got to them then, and they go for a bit of a spin. Right, jumping up back up on board myself then as the Portuguese driver who did lose out to that Italian driver as we head in towards the hairpin then, and we slow it down nice. Oh, a bit too much on turn. Well, in terms of slowness, everyone just Constantine it up. Cost me some time. My hand goes up in the air. I was just a bit frustrated with that one because the BMW just did not get going once that had happened. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to investigate whether a setup is worthwhile doing. And in terms of setups, I'm going to try my old extreme setup that I used to use. Whenever setup races are on, I'd go to this setup and it should normally work. And we'll see how it does in this one then. So we're still behind all the Porsches. We are in the BMW M6 as well, which some people are going to be going, Tidge, why are you using that? Because I used it this morning. It's still a very competitive car here at Deep Forest, so that's why I'm using it. You know, I don't always have to go into the fastest car or the meta car, whatever it may be. I can use different cars, and of course I do that with Beat the Meta as well. We jump to lap number 3 then. We're still stuck in this train of cars, so 9.6 seconds to the lead then as we go through that turn, and Muscafi just clips the bridge then. We're going to go on the inside of Muscafi. We get the job done back up into P13 when all said and done with a couple of levers in this race. And we are just losing the pack up ahead though, and we don't want to lose the pack. We want to be making places in this race, we really do. What we'll do is jump on board the other Portuguese driver here, DJ Olive, in the mix. Unfortunately, about to go out the mix as they hit the barrier there hard in this Genesis. By the way, the livery on the rear window looks awesome. It's like we're in Star Trek. But yeah, they did lose out there, clipping the curb on the inside, just spun up the rear wheels, and it fired them to the left. Now, firing to the right there, 3 cars, 2 of them go into the pits there, B-Racer and Hazzetti, while the other one stays out. That was SRC Matthew in the Porsche. I decided to stay out an extra lap here because I felt like I could use the sort of like gap that I had there with the slipstream to pull me up to the Portuguese driver, and then hopefully that would benefit me in the long term. And we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, Matthew goes into the barrier there. That's them into the sunset of Narnia. Well, we continue on in P7 right now as we head in towards the final corner. So we've caught up to them. The key part of this race, if you haven't seen the weekly race guide, make sure you check it out after this. It's all about managing traffic. You don't want to be involved in battles continuously here. You want to get out of them. So I come in on lap 5 there because I don't want to battle a Portuguese driver anymore. I'm going to be in their slipstream. It'll be very close at the end of the back straight. I'm going to change tyres to the medium tyres. So this is the softer compound. And we'll see if they last till the end of the race. They should do. We pitted on lap 4 in the weekly race guide. Lap 6 should be really easy here. And we're not using any form of setup here. It's a default setup with +5 brake balance. Come out the pits in P11 then. Behind there, we've got a Genesis going very deep into the right-hander. Oh, the Porsche goes deep then, trying to retake the position behind. But we do keep P11 then as we advance further on here. The other Portuguese driver then, the one we were chasing in the pits, and this is where the undercut has really benefited me here then. We've got the run, we are clean on by, up into P10 we go. I do love the undercut, and that's what I love about this race as well. The strategy involved in this race is beautiful. It really is. I do like this race a lot in terms of the fact you can have some racing and you can do strategy. When a race like that exists, it's a good daily race. It really is. Now, just on board the Spanish driver here who's hit Creaser in the distance then, but they are going to wait up for them then. They just have brought themselves a little bit with the pressure from behind, and they are just waiting for Creaser. Really good sportsmanship here from Fernandez. And what you're about to see now, they move over towards the right side, let 2 other cars go because they weren't at a racing pace. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We advanced towards the final lap then. We had a bit of a not a boring spell, but just a constant lap spell. You can see them on the right-hand side with the 26s. And we've now caught up to Ugandan Commando. We've got B-Racer in here as well in the test car. We've got Luke Nadero as well. Hello to you in the Porsche in the distance. We're in a fight for P5 here, technically. The tyres are looking a bit worse for wear then as we continue on through here. Let's see if we can make any positions as we head towards the final few corners here at Deep Forest Raceway in reverse. As we head down here, then Ugandan Commando looking around the outside of B-Race. B-Race is struggling on tyres, I expect, in that Ford GT, as they did pit a lap earlier than everybody else, and 2 laps earlier than me, I think it was. Anyway, we're going to head towards the line then, and we are going to finish in P8. Ugandan Commando, though, decides to bin it on the line. Of course, she gets a penalty for it. So I go up into P7. You can see my reaction right there. A funny reaction to a race. But even so, P7, not too bad in terms of results. So I decided I'm going to put my old setup on now, and let's see how we do. Now, I do know how it feels, because obviously I did this race. And I did improve on my lap time on my other account. So I did a few laps on the default setup, jumped into this setup, and this setup was 3/10 quicker. But we'll see how it handles in the race. And coming into this turn, though, got all sorts of understeer into the right-hander. We're on the hard tyre again. As we leave that corner, just struggling on exit. You saw the car want to rotate a little bit there. It did cost me some time here. We jumped to the end of the straight then as we went to this right-hander, and we are seeing lots of battling. We're not involved in it just yet. We are going to get ourselves involved in this as we continue on through here then. So we've got Porsches side by side there. A little bit of contact between the two. We're going to try around the outside then. We've got 2 Brits up ahead. They come into contact. All the Porsches come into contact. I'll try and steal all the Porsches' positions. There we go. Happy days. 3 for 1. Thank you very much. I'll take them every day of the week. So we're up into P12. This setup already looking a little bit twitchy is probably the best way to describe it. Just lap number 3, then we're on GT Cyborg here. And as we go into the hairpin, they just clipped Gonzalez there. They are waiting up, though. Good sportsmanship once again here. Letting Gonzalez go. Nice to see this, honestly. I really want to show good sportsmanship like this all the time. And unfortunately, they got a 3-second penalty as well. Speed Ollie down the inside of GT Cyborg, and that gives us an opportunity to get on the inside of the nose. We're going to this right-hander. We were very tight racing there, and unfortunately for me, I didn't get past it. Frustrated me a little bit at the time because they had the penalty, but even so, they were the lead car, so it is what it is. We just lost a little bit of time there, and I really didn't want to lose any time. What I'm finding though with this setup that I'm currently using is it's spiky is the best description I can tell you or describe it. But it turns very nicely in some corners, but the second it starts to go, it goes bad, which is really horrible to drive, if I'm honest with you. So there's definitely time in there. We'll see how we go on in this race. We're going to come in the pits on lap number 3, which is unusual. It's a lap earlier than I did even in the weekly race, guys. We're going to see how tyre wear is affected as well here with this setup as my mechanics change those tyres over. Thank you, boys and girls. Get them on. Let's get out there in this BMW M6. Let's show the Porsches what is up then. So we're going to leave the pits. We're going to be in total clean air here, and we are 9.9 seconds behind Eton. So we'll see how far we end up behind them by the end of the race. Lap number 5 then. So we've been out. This is our second lap then on the fresher mediums as we go by, well, we go by a few players there up into P13. We'll take that as we head in towards the corner. Now, what you're actually going to see here, actually, is just how spiky this car is. So as we come into here, and as we try and get the throttle, you can notice the rear is just wanting to come round. It's just a bit loose. It really is loose. So I feel like my old go-to setup doesn't work anymore at all now with the new physics. One lap coming out the pits then, and we're going to get that position. We're on a very tight line here, so we really have to judge it accordingly and really alter our line and braking into that corner. But we do manage to survive. Then up into P7 we go, and then we get to the end of the race. End up being a boring second half to the race. I did get a very low 26 in there, and I could actually do an extra lap in terms of pace. So the car being a bit more rotatey, is that the best word? The fact that it would turn better actually did help me a little bit. You can see that I'm in a sea of Porsches. The Porsche 911 really becoming the go-to car this week. But even so, the setup, while it is quicker and better on tyres, I didn't like it. I gotta be honest, I really didn't like it. Now, in terms of the setup, I'm going to show you that right now. So, my Extreme, minus the anti-roll bars, because I have no idea what to do with them anymore. My Extreme is always the lowest compression, the highest expansion, natural frequency to the lowest value possible, and then 565. That used to solve all sorts of power oversteer, and it used to make the cars just drive better. Now it doesn't do that. It causes a bit more rotation, and it can cause a bit of sketchiness. Now, I did try it in the Porsche as well, and I was all over the place in the Porsche with that setup. But I'm going to have to figure it out. I'm going to have to learn. Now, this race would be a 10 out of 10 for me if it wasn't for tuning. I do feel like tuning does ruin it a little bit, but it is what it is. I've just got to go with it. You don't necessarily need a tune, as you saw in the first race. You can still have some good fun. That's going to be it for me, though, folks. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate the support, but if you have enjoyed it, make sure you do hit the like button and make sure you do subscribe. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers now. It's just mind-blowing. It absolutely is mind-blowing. And if you're interested in the 50k special, okay, check out the description. There's a form there. You just need to put in your name to say you want to come to it. Look at the rules, and I'm going to be doing a lottery if there's more people than the capacity on a live stream. So make sure you check out that form down below. So that's going to be it for me, folks. A big thank you for watching as always, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.